Hello there, I am Man in Yellow and welcome back to yet another episode of Road to Sum of All Fears in Arena. We're just going to be playing 3 more matches here because I need them for the coffee, and I think if we win all 3 I might rank up to Strangers 3 also, so that will be even more coffee, so hopefully I do that. Though we are getting to the point now where I could in theory get players who are like level 12 or something if I get unlucky with the matchmaking. And then it might be harder to win, because that would be a lot of stats you'd have to overcome. It's just level 6. That's not that high. I think this opener is terrible on this map. 800. Means the Snappy cannot kill it, which means I'm forced to go bow as the opener here. But it's fine. Can always follow it up with Snappy. Or we can go for one of the others. Might just Gravedigger. Maybe I destroy the other block this time, because I don't have a phobie that wants to go over here right now. This way we can just walk onto the stem. I mean, it would be the same if I destroyed this block. So maybe that's wrong. This is actually smart by them to just straight up walk up to it and take it here, I think. I can't even walk up and be aggressive with my Gravedigger. It would just die. Which we obviously don't want it to. There's 2 things we can do here. We can either be super aggressive by spamming a lot of 1 keys, or we can just go Snappy. And I think just going Snappy is better. They are of course going to deal some damage to my phobies, which is a bit bad because I cannot heal here. But I also hit them once, so it's fine. They just got the middle panic point because of tempo advantage. And I don't really mind that because they are player 1. So that was something that often could happen. They luckily can't kill this because they would not have a spot to do it with Jar Cannon. They also can't reach. Even if they like could destroy a block and walk out there. Because there's no way to kill this thing. Hitting the snappy is very wrong, because that can actually heal. They should definitely be hitting this. Really, they're doing that? I don't think they can send that in there, because then I would be able to threaten it. I think I don't mind walking up and hitting this, actually. Oh, never mind. Now I might mind that. What do I want to do against this kind of opener? Could double one key and hit this with the snappy. Keep the bow safe behind. Maybe we bring this up here then, if I'm doing that. But then I should wait a little bit. We want to put this here. And put... Actually, maybe I go with Sundheit. I think I do go with Sundheit here. It should be fine. And then... I actually messed this up a little bit. No, it's fine, right? We just move this down here. Keep this here. I think something like this is fine. They will get the poison in here, but it's not a big deal. And they have to waste a hit on the cowbell then. I can do an AoE here, so this can still get out. At least if they are sacrificing the sheep, which I assume that they will, to get the poison in here. But the poison doesn't even fully kill the snappy, so that's actually a bad trade for them. So maybe they don't do that. Seems like they're not doing that kind of thing. Which is good for me, because then I essentially just got a free hit on this with the snappy. They're trying to get more value out of this. I think we just do something like this, maybe. Wait, no, that can't go there. Something like this. Reclaim the middle. Bring the snappy over here. Move this forward, and we just keep the Gesundheit a bit behind. It'd be fine. Maybe we actually move the Gesundheit down here, just so they can't recap this with the sheep, ever. Not recap, but take this with the sheep. Then we will have a lot of damage if they try and do that. We also have the snappy in prime position now, to be able to do the conveyor thing. So they have to move this away from this area, which is pretty awkward for them. Okay, it's a good thing I brought the Gesundheit down here, if they're doing this. It's very important. Here comes the erratic. Do I just mirror the erratic? Maybe I do. Forced to put this in range of them. We're also actually forced to go Jar Cannon here, or Klepto. You can go Klepto. Klepto is definitely a better pick, because it's just bigger. Then we will hit them here for free, essentially. And we get moved back. They can't even kill the Gravedigger here. So this is very, very nice for me. Oh, maybe they can. I forgot. This actually deals a decent amount of damage when they are level 6. I guess this is only level 5. It's just even levels. I thought they wouldn't be able to, though. But it's not like it matters. I mean, they put this bow in range of my snappy on a stem. So we probably just take the hits here and then kill this. Which I think means that I take the point with this. Because I have to move this all the way out here. Then we just get this kill, like this. Could also have poked one of these, but that doesn't really impact the game enough in my opinion. What phobia do I want? I probably want a sheeping gas, but I can't exactly go for that right now. Probably also want a 1 key just to sit on this jackalope. They could actually kill the Gesundheit if they have Jackalope King here, which would be pretty funny. Is that alive? I guess it is alive, right? A little bit. Maybe I could have killed that with the razor mouth. Should probably have done the math on that. I think I could have killed it with a razor mouth. Or maybe not. Nah, that wouldn't have been enough, right? Our razor mouth is not that large. Nope. Wouldn't have been enough. We can just kill this though. Which is a good kill. And we also get some poke damage on this. We move this one back. And this one to the side, maybe. Seems good. We just keep on shuffling the Snappy up here. It's very good poke damage. People don't respect that enough, at least not at lower ranks. At higher ranks, this is like the main strategy that people play for and play around. Putting a turret on the stem. Or just a high damage phobia. I've actually seen a decent bunch of giggles being put in here. On this stim pad, just because it deals so much damage. I'm actually surprised that I haven't seen Oopsie Baby used on this map a bunch. I feel like it would be very good. But maybe it just takes too long to get it out there, or people just play something that's good against it a lot. Because I really haven't seen people go for that very often. They're just trying to get some monster event points. I can see. At least that's what this looks like. Gesundheit has kind of been overperforming so far, but that's just because my opponents aren't playing well at all. It's not actually because this phobia is usable or decent or anything. Like, if you just looked at the last bunch of games I've played it in, it has looked pretty decent. But don't get fooled, this phobia is terrible. Microscopic is decent, but that's his bigger brother. Gesundheit itself is just not very good. Oh, actually, I guess I can hit the heart for a bit of event damage. Or event points from the damage. You can be the annoying guy that stalls out and just hits the heart a bunch with a phobia to get some points from that, but that's just, like, that's bad manners. And it's not like you need to rush the event that much, if you ask me. More erratic cards, and we get a pack here. Will we get something good? Or will we just get dupes? Probably dupes. That's what you usually get from these. I would have preferred dupes. Would be better to just get duplicates instead of this piece of trash. Absolutely awful phobia, by the way. Worst phobia in the game, in my opinion, probably. That thing is just unusable. But we got 100 coffee from that because we did the... what's it called? The referral quest thing. Oh, and I have to do an arena game with myself. I'll do that, like, off the video or outside of the video. I mean, you probably just load in and do nearly nothing. And then I'll get some rewards after this too, I would assume. What is this? 90 cards, maybe? I think that's what this means. 90 upgrade cards. That's pretty good. This is not very good, though. Man, we just have no decent 7 keys or 8 keys, like high key phobies. Guess you can go Gator, and this can be used as a, like, Miss Muffet. But that's not very nice. If I had the XP, I could actually even make this level 6. That would be pretty nice. That's a lot higher than the Klepto then, right? I mean, if it was level 6, it would be. Might be worth considering that the attack could make it more valuable than Klepto in some, like, matchups or stuff like that. If the opponent is just slightly too high level for Klepto to double hit and kill things. But I probably still only bring it against mechanicals. Slow mechanicals, I should say. Stuveface. That is a weird name. Should I try playing aggressive here? Probably not. Could still go double 1 key though. Like, yeah, they can jar cannon and punish me a little bit maybe. Who cares though? It's not even that good of a punish to go jar cannon because I get to hit the jar. If I just, like, walk up and hit them with the razor mouth. And then the jar is very vulnerable, so I don't think they'll probably do that. Maybe they do it with a 1 key so that I can't walk up and do that. But... okay, they're just protecting their side, which is smart. They are slightly higher level than me. 1 higher level on this. Yep. That's fine. We just go for a second turret. Second turret and then bang for something big, maybe. $489, that's too much, right? Yeah, by a lot. I was thinking on whether I could poke that with jar cannon. Because if you are over leveled, then poking that with jar cannon there would actually be good. But I'm obviously not. This is great, we're just going to hold this point so that they can't walk onto here. And then we will eventually take this point, just to be annoying. Probably throw the cowbell on there. But it depends on what they do. Really? I mean, they're just walking over here, right? Or are they throwing this on the lava in front? There's no way. Okay, they're just moving an Eternal Knight out here. I don't know why. To be honest. That Eternal Knight is not very good here, I don't think. Maybe this is a setup to be aggressive somehow. I can't really see how though. That just dies to a cowbell though. It's a 2-key for a 1-key trade. Okay. I mean, if that's what they want to do, I'll totally handshake that. Do I want to take another point with this? I could take this front point. Could actually do that. Is that a good idea to take this at the same time? Probably not. What if we just do nothing? I'm thinking of just doing nothing. Could have summoned Bachelor maybe, but I'm not really planning on like trying to take a lot of points. Really, they jump on that? I mean, sure. Ooh, there's a Hematic Ginsting. That is a very good phobia that they are putting out here. Also, I should have moved the Razor Mouth closer. Now I'm forced to swap the position of these. Actually, maybe, I guess I'm not, because I can just double hit this and then go back. Do I even take that with the Razor Mouth? Maybe just Gator that. Maybe we just play Gator. Take some points for free. Let's see what they do about that. The Gator plan. I mean, we don't have to stay here. We can just heal and go away. And that's pretty good. Yep. We're out of there. Let's say they go all in next turn. Move this forward to here. I mean, that's terrible for them though. If they do that. I'm just thinking on whether I want 2 spots in case they do move forward, because then I should sacrifice this 1 key. That would also slow them down from moving forward. The only problem with sacrificing this 1 key is that they just replace it with their own, and right now they are unit locked because of this Razor Mouth. That makes me not want to do it. I don't think they will all in right now, but they could. Try for it. They don't have enough damage to one-hit any of my units though, so I'm kind of okay right now, I think. If they do go all in, I get to heal a bunch from this, which would be pretty nice. Positioning is a bit awkward for them because they didn't Gravedigger this, and they have 5 phobies running around here. could just move the Stabby over here, or the Medic over here. Or the Cassowary for that matter. Very hard to do, apparently. Should I just take this point to be annoying? Take the middle point now? I think I should. Do we bring double 4 or something larger? We could bring Klepto into this stuff. Could also sheep them. Maybe we actually go for a fork here and we play for sheep. Because, like, if they summon something large after trading the... what's it called? The phobies around, then they won't have enough for a healer, is the idea. Also, my Gator should be over here instead. That's a mistake. It's too slow to do anything about it, though. I can put my Gator over here and take the point for free. Should have done that instead. Why didn't I run over here with Gator earlier? That's definitely just me being stupid. It's made to take points for free, so why am I not doing it? My Gator is also full health now, which is pretty nice. Let's see what they bring here. Or if they bring something. I think it's a mistake to bring something for them here. But also, if they don't do it, I can kind of just take this point. And it'll be rather annoying for them. Okay, they're just bringing a Mount Rushmore. They really want this block gone, I'm guessing. Why are they not destroying the block? What? That's the entire point of bringing this phobia here. I can still, technically speaking, take this. But it's almost dead if I do that, so I don't think I'm going to. What I think I am going to do is bring a sheep. And then we're just going to... Actually, I should bring the sheep over on the other side. We're just going to play slow and force them to be poisoned at some point here. Because poison is very deadly for them now. They cannot cure it. And they have only monsters and dimensionals. And a cassowary, I guess. I should probably just do the math on exactly how much damage they have here. That would be smart to do. So 489. 2 times 460. And then this is higher damage than this. They can kill the Gator if I go in and take this point. So I cannot do that. Which means I'm just going to sit still and do nothing. Make it a patience game. Who will pass more turns here? Let's see. I am way more patient than they are, I would wager. This can take a very long time. they are just not willing to give up. No, you go in, not me. I can actually like set up a dangerous sheep to force a fight here, but I don't really want to do that because the sheep can die if I do. So I don't really like that. Could I just like change this around and see what they do? This will force a fight if they don't do anything here. They're forced to react to this, because otherwise I'd poison both of these, and I just back off and do nothing. So now they can move one back. But if they move one back, then the gator can take the point for free. Well, not free. It's gonna be reduced to 300 health, and they'll probably fight me after that. But it can take the point without dying then, I believe. Because that would be 460 less damage, right? Well, actually, no, it wouldn't, because they moved the hematic down, so now they can still kill it. Which just means that nothing has happened here. Let's pass some more turns. This is like a 200 turn game, probably, unless they suddenly decide to play the game and do something. Because I'm not gonna play the game. This is a game where I can just sit still and do nothing. And wait. On them either to lose patience or make a mistake. They still cannot kill anything, can they? No. This is going to take a very long time. Just pass, pass, pass. Hopefully they're playing over a phone, then we can make them run out of battery. Also, I can actually, like, maybe try and do something at some point here. Could swap these two around. But do I even want to do that, though? Let's just do this again. Watch them move back and pass some more turns after that. Maybe they move back and make a mistake. Probably not. Oh, did they make a mistake? I think they made a mistake. I think my gator doesn't die when taking this point now. They placed themselves too defensively, didn't they? Because this has to go... This goes here, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. So it's double hit from the Jin Sting. That's 413 plus 437. Then we have a hit from this. A hit from this. And the final hit from this. Which is not enough to kill this thing. Now we do this. And it should be good, right? Yep, I believe so. They can of course get a lot of damage on it, like I said before. But in doing so, I will have a point and the game is no longer a stalemate. And if they place all of their phobies in here, I am going to get a ridiculous sheep. Which is what it looks like they are doing. Like, this sheep is just going to be nasty. If they do something like this. So they can only really hit it with the Jin Sting, but then they just lose. Because if we pass 80 turns, their heart will die. So they are forced to go in, and as soon as they go in, they lose the game. So, as soon as they moved the Crushmore back there, I think they lost. Which is pretty weird to say, because it doesn't seem like that big of a thing. But it is. It very much is. In a game like this. They actually, like, made me have to think So, props to them for that. Probably shouldn't be saying this already because the game isn't necessarily over. But, you know. It probably is. They didn't even really damage the gator very much. And we get to do this turn. Oh, that isn't dead. That is rather unfortunate. Wait, they could have played aggressive way before this then. Why did they play so passively? They could definitely have been more aggressive than they were in that case. Oh well, still a great turn for me, so not a big deal. Still get to do this, which is very, very bad for them. It's also a little bit bad for me that the sheep damage isn't enough to actually kill this thing. Or the sheep poison will not kill this thing, so I have to waste another hit on it. But what can you do? Oh, my sheep isn't dead though, so that's very bad for them also. It goes both ways when you can't kill stuff. Definitely a win for me now. Actually, maybe it's better to jump. It's better to jump on the Hematic here, because that will keep the Hematic in range of my Snappy, most likely. So this is better. My Crushmo will move anyway because it's near an alligator, so they're forced to move. This was a pretty fun game though. We could have passed like 80 turns there if they didn't make a small misplay. Also, maybe I had some angles where I could have like changed it around earlier to try and do something, but I didn't realize their Hematic would have lived through all of that stuff. Maybe they could have been a bit more aggressive also. But yeah, this is just game over. Late game alligator does his thing. And just hit this, right? I mean, we can just hit this also. Doesn't matter which one we hit. It's the same thing. They did pretty well here, though. Mostly just neither of us having, like, any actual playmaking abilities. Like, we don't have attractors or other stuff like that in here. So we have to just play for the panic points, and when there is an even amount of panic points in the game, suddenly nothing happens. Okay, we are already double capped, but I want to still get another game in here. Because it's a lot more coffee. Well, a lot more. 25 or something, but that's still something. I wonder if I should try Gesundheit opener on this. Probably not. Just go the common Gravedigger that I usually do. Gesundheit opener sounds pretty bad. I could see microscopic being good. Some people talked about that in the Discord. So maybe you can do microscopic and it's really nice here. Because it goes down here slowly and then it takes this. And it's very scary for the opponent's heart. So they're forced to fight against it and it's just a pretty good phobia. For like stuff like that. Jar Cannon Opener. Level 11 Jar Cannon Opener. Well then. That is a little bit scary. Because how am I going to kill that thing? I mean, Murderwing doesn't even really do enough to kill it here. Guess we just do this. That way they can't poke me that well. They can still, technically speaking, poke me, but I think this is fine. By the way, don't open Jar Cannon here. That will only ever work out if you are however many levels they are above me here. 7 levels above. Then maybe it can work. Not even sure it will. Like, Jar Cannon isn't unusable here or anything because you can use it with all of the tiles, the obstacles on the map to like lob over and stuff. And maybe have it sit behind something. But definitely not as an opener on the stim pad. That is way too vulnerable, normally. Obviously not that vulnerable here, because my murdering does 491. This is 546. So I'm far away from being able to just kill it. But you know what I mean. Are they trying to be aggressive here? Yeah, they are. That's pretty wild. I mean, I can just like literally do this, and then it's not a problem, I think. We have to move the Gravedigger far away from here, of course, but something like this should be fine. They'll obviously take their own point now, maybe even take my point, because I can't actually deal with that. I mean, I kind of can, but then the Gravedigger is in a bad position if I do that, so maybe I should have put the Gravedigger here instead, because then I could deal with them putting the Razor Mouth up here. I definitely should have put the Gravedigger here instead, because then they wouldn't be able to put the spot here and the Razor Mouth there. I don't know if they know that they can put the Razor Mouth here, though. That is not really like something that most low-level players would know is a good idea in this situation. It's a good idea because it's hard for me to actually kill it without putting my Gravedigger in a bad spot. Would have to put my Gravedigger here to kill the Razor Mouth right now, which wouldn't be worth it. But it would appear that they don't understand that, so that is very good for me, I guess. Bachelor, maybe? Is the best thing here. And then bank. Bring... what? Don't I just want Klepto? Or maybe I want Ginsting. I think I want Ginsting. We Bachelor into Ginsting. We want to destroy all of these blocks eventually. That is kind of part of my goal here. That way I can just march like an erratic down here. Start hitting their heart maybe. Doesn't have to be erratic, it could also be high five. All we know. But if I break this block, then I can bring something huge towards their heart at some point. High five to their heart is actually pretty interesting. Obviously wouldn't happen at higher ranks because people there play way too fast. They would have put the Razor Mouth there. But like if you break all of these blocks, then you can put high five here and then walk to their heart next turn and start hitting. That could actually kill people pretty fast. Better to do with squiggles most likely, because this is a small map. But you know what I mean. Not necessarily a play that you can't do. Also, maybe they are AFK. Okay, they are AFK it seems. That's a bit unfortunate, because I wanted to play against someone high level here. Oh, it's only the Jar Cannon that's high level. They bought the, what's it called? The premium... No, not premium, it's called something else. The event thing. They bought the event thing. I can't remember what it's called. What I'm supposed to call it. The upgraded event. Might be called a premium event or something. I can't remember. But they bought that for sure. That's how you get a very high level Jar Cannon compared to the rest of your foe base. because early on you get a ton of jar cannon cards since you have no ultra rares other than jar cannon. So the events will only give you jar cannon, which means if you buy the extra cards, then suddenly your jar cannon is level 11 apparently, even though the others are 7 and 8s. But they're just AFK here. I really wanted to try the high five towards their heart. Not that I thought about it for a little bit. But doesn't seem like it will happen. And it probably won't happen in future matches either, because that's not something you really have the setup to do in most cases. Well, there's no point in playing anymore because we are already completely capped. And we are Strangers 3 now. And we get 83 coffee. So this is a pretty big upgrade. I think we got like 50 something before. That's very nice. In 3 hours. I'll probably not get the gold pack this season, because I started in the middle of the season. But maybe, if I play enough games. Could technically speaking still make it. I just have to play a lot of games for the rest of the month then. Because that would be, what, how many games? There's 126 left, and it's 14 days. So that is 9 per day. Okay, that's probably too much. I'm definitely not doing 9 per day. I'm doing more like 4 or 5 per day. So we are only getting the silver pack, I would imagine. But that's still fine. It's not like I really need the golden pack. Even though it could give me an ultra rare, which could be a pretty big deal if we get like one of the good ones. But it's fine. Do we have something we want to upgrade here? Probably not. We want to upgrade the erratic, right? Yeah. We don't have the XP for that yet. Also, I believe this will be enough for us to get another tier pack. But even if it isn't, then I can always do the challenges for like 200 more tiers and I'll get there, probably. Either way though, I obviously am not going to play anymore because I've reached both caps, which are too low in my opinion. I think these should both be higher. But I've already reached them, so we are going to end it all for today, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.